if she keeps saying that she's an Aries or talking about her horoscope sign, that is a red flag. And then he slammed her head into the steering wheel. There's no bruises on her. So who's DDG? He's a very lit streamer, a very big YouTube content creator, right? He's been vlogging since 2017. He's low key the wave. For vloggers back in the day, like he's an OG YouTuber, right? He's super lit. Halle Bailey is the Little Mermaid. You know what I'm saying? They were together. I don't care people by their name. I only know them by the face. Oh, but once you see his face, you probably know who he is. You know what I'm saying? He's like super lit right now on Twitch too. Super lit. It's just very odd that she will come off the same day as that. You know. So Holly Bailey says that she's had enough of DDG, allegedly abusing her. She's filed a police report and now she wants court order protection from the father of her child. In docs, she claims things first got physical in January. They broke up back in October, and Holly says DDG came over to pick up their son, Halo, and she tried to start a convo with the rapper about a child visitation schedule. As she was buckling Halo into the car seat, she claimed DDG grew agitated and repeatedly said, "Get out of my car, bitch!" Holly says the baby was crying and she got nervous about DDG leaving with him in such an agitated state. That's crazy. That's when they allegedly started wrestling. So, to break this down, she was in the back seat crying. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. He got agitated, right? So he's in the front of the car. Then they started wrestling. How did they get to wrestling? Right? Just think about it. If he's in the car, the front seat, she's in the back seat, she's buckling. How did they start like wrestling? Which is weird, right? With DDG pulling her hair, slamming her face on a steering wheel, and chipping her tooth. So now another thing with this conversation, right? Which is odd because she was just buckling the baby in the back seat. And now her head is getting slammed into the steering wheel in the front seat. She chipped her tooth. He's just in the front, but what she said allegedly, she's in the back seat because you put car seats in the back seat, Auntie, you know? And then he slammed her head into the steering wheel. There's no bruises on her. If she would have a busted lip, if she would have been bleeding, her lip would have been cut, something would have happened. From my understanding, right? It sounds crazy. Holly says she was in pain and crying, and although that stopped the fighting, she was still worried about Halo. So she remained in the car for the ride over to DDG's house, where she told his family what happened. Once they told her they would take care of the baby, she left hysterical with bruises on her arms. Yellow ass teeth, damn. To accompany her chipped tooth, she attached photos of her injuries and a request for a restraining order. Once they told her they would take care of the baby, she left his... Oh, I already read that. She also alleges DDG creeped her out in March when he showed up at her home, entered the house without permission, went up to her bedroom, and texted a pic of Holly's empty bed to her, along with the text, "Now I know what you've been on, LOL." That is strange. But if you look at these texts, it says tomorrow right here. Like, it says tomorrow right there. These are just things that I've seen. I'm not saying these are like from me. You know what I'm saying? But this is just things that I've seen, which is kind of like weird. And then they're alleging that he's like this woman beater, but in a resurfaced video, she pretty much says that a 2-minute and 30-second video compilation of Halle Bailey admitting she's the problem in every relationship she's had. So, my whole thing before we get into this part is, have you guys ever met like some chicks or a chick, right? A woman. And she seemed like super innocent and she's quiet. And she's just like, oh, she's so cute. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she's so cute. She's adorable, right? And then you really get to know her and she's like this evil, spiteful type of person. But if you were to go out, because she's maybe petite and her voice is like this, and oh my God, you know? Everyone thinks that, she's just an angel. You know what I'm saying? She has like that likability. That's how I kind of
I think
like
I
look
have
at this.
anxious attachment style. Everybody knows.
You know?
In a relationship, I think I have anxious attachment style.
PBM said he's on DD's side until this all approved. Yeah, man, it's just kind of like, a lot of things don't add up,
Everybody knows
you know?
I'm an Aries. I'm a fire sign. I get very passionate. I seem nice online and innocent and everything, but you guys do not know. I will go to battle with my yelling, with my words, everything. I'm good at that, right? And if I
Telling on herself. What did I say earlier? I said we were watching the Tay Too Smooth play Black Boy Max stuff, right? Sooner or later, the camera is going to. If you're not a genuine person, this camera records everything. You know what I'm saying? When you have it on, this is gonna catch you slipping up. Sooner or later, it will catch you slipping up. But her true colors came out, and she got sent somewhere by her
yell
parents.
or check anyone,
shit.
that's what I gotta
Really?
do. That's just the way I be.
Clap back or sit back. I always have to choose clap back. I'm sorry. I'm a very kind person. But if somebody pokes at me or the people that I love, it's over for you. I'm an Aries. Sorry.
That's the second time. Second of all, if she keeps saying that she's an Aries or talking about her horoscope sign, that is a red flag. Bro, I don't believe in the stars and all that extra stuff. One. Two, I do agree with the part about clapping back though. I do agree about the part of clapping back. If someone starts something with me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm like that too. So I cannot falter for that. Because if someone says something to me and is rude, and I clap back, or I shoot something back, and it's ruder, you can't then be offended by what I said, because you're the one that started it. You know what I'm saying? You can't control how I'm supposed to respond to you saying something crazy.
Sorry.
Never have I ever started drama
Zodiac signs equals red flags? Facts.
with my boyfriend for no reason.
What she said?
Never have I ever started drama with my boyfriend for no reason.
Put it down.
Damn.
I've you know.
Snitched on her. Now she's pretty though, but I'm not gonna lie, but her eyes, it's like, it really like, they're like mad far apart. Someone would tell me that she looked like Sidney Slop. I don't think she's like ugly at all. You know what I'm saying? She cooked herself. Nah, facts.
I'm territorial. I'm a jealous girlfriend. I'm a territorial girlfriend.
Joe said did her dirty.
Where you go, who are you with?
She sounds
That's me.
controlling.
I am nosy, number one. And number two, I like drama. I just don't like drama in my life, but I love watching it in other
You know what's crazy
people.
too?
So
That's the Jason the Weenie emote. She got that emote too. If Holly was a streamer, they'd be spamming that shit up in there.
love my baby so much. I need him with me in order to function, in order to be able to do the scenes and everything. So he's been out here with me majority of the time. But this week,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
and I go home on the weekends. But this week, I had a lighter week, and I'm going home tomorrow. So I got here last night, and I'm going home tomorrow. So I was like, let me try to test myself and see if I can be without him for a day and leave him.
No, that's real though. That's real though. I know, like, especially like with moms, like especially when like the baby is young, you know, like they're nurturing. So she's not doing none. This right here is none wrong. This right here is none wrong. Some of the other stuff that she said, you know, there's a saying, right? And that saying is, when someone tells you who they really are, when someone tells you who you really are or who they really are, bro, gang, listen to them. Listen to them. Listen to them. And she's saying that I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. Bro, you're hearing it from the horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Just something special.
Hold on.
Y'all looking at this mermaid bitch like she's just something special, bruh. That's a motherfucking demon, bruh. And I don't know how y'all don't see it. And that's why I was telling DDG when I dropped the vid on him. I told you, nigga, you with a girl that's with Disney.
Now, do I delete that or no? No, you're good. You're good. You're good. It's cool. So, if someone is in Disney, right, would you take them seriously? I don't think that there's nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? If you're controlled by the mouse, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I honestly don't think there's nothing wrong with it. It's a job. You know what I'm saying? And it's furthering your career, especially if you want to be like an actor or an actress. Why not go for it? You know?
Bro, I would rather be with a fucking, bro, listen, no bullshit. I would rather be with a bitch who dad is in the KKK. No TOS. I would rather be with a motherfucker who dad is in the KKK than a date a girl from Disney.
Why though?
Bro, she's walking property, my nigga. She belong to elite men, bruh. Ain't no telling what she been through to get that role. Y'all looking at this merman.
That's true though. That's true though. Nah, have you guys ever seen like the Nickelodeon stuff?